Hey there all and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm gonna show you how to make this cat overlay image using only HTML and CSS. When we hover, the effect changes. That's what we are gonna do today. So let's start our video. So the first thing we need to do is the HTML. So let me just increase the size here just a bit. No, okay. So here I have the HTML HTML file. So it's just basic stuff like I have a main div called container, and whenever I say container, whenever I say the name is container, it means that I'm referring to the class name. Alright, with that out of the way, inside that I have just a stock image of this cat which looks pretty scary, and underneath that I have another div called overlay, and they are all wrapped up in a main div called container. And that's it on our HTML side. On coming to our CSS, I have already written something. So this is just basic stuff like setting the margin and padding to 0 for the whole website like this for HTML file. And then in the body I have centered everything using height, 100 ph, and then display flex, and finally I've given it a background of black color. Alright, that's it on our CSS side. That's it. That's all I have written so far. So now let's move on to our container and then give it a nice little position relative, so that the overlay and the image is positioned relative to each other. Alright, that's the only thing we need to do on the container side. And now we can oh yeah, that's right, I also need to resize this image. So for that I'm gonna use a width of 500 pixels, and you might be thinking, why is nothing happening? Well, a bigger stuff will happen when I put this property to our image. So container image img, and then I'm gonna give it a width of 100% so that it will take the maximum width that is only specified within the container. So it will only take the width 500 pixels, and its height will adjust itself when we put the width 100% to an image. And voila, it's smaller now. And now let's move on to our overlay. So for that I'm gonna use overlay, and then give it a background ground of red. Right now we don't need it, but I'm just gonna give it a color so that you guys can see where it is positioned. So I've done that, and then height 100%, and then width 100%, so that it will take the height and width from the image. Alright, that's why we put relative, and right now it's not coming up here. That's because we need to give it a position absolute, so that it will appear. And there we go, we have our red here. That's because only when we put a position absolute we can specify the height and width right here, like 100%. And now it's on the bottom, I need it to be on the top. So for that I am gonna give it a top 0 property. Alright, now it's on the top, it's just covering the image. And if I just delete the background color, there we go, we have the image. But I actually don't need the background color, which I already set, but instead of that I am gonna give it a backdrop property. So backdrop and then backdrop filter property, and I will give it the gray scale of 100%. Or blur. Alright, now the backdrop filter is working. So backdrop filter basically means whatever is behind the overlay will get affected by this blur property. So let me just bring back to gray. See, I forgot the spelling. It's actually gray, not grey. And then give it 100%. There we go. It's nicely grayish color, but we still need a vintage effect on here so that it looks like an old photo. So for that, it's basically simple. Box shadow 80 pixels, and then I'm gonna use this color. That's why I have commented it out. So this asterisk and slash means it's comment, and it will not be read by the code. So let me just paste it here and then give it inset, and voila, it's now forming a box shadow inside of the container or the overlay. Now all we need to do is to follow the all we need to do is sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, yeah, we just need to do that container and then give it a hover, and when I hover the container, I need to have a cursor pointer. Alright, and also I also need to copy it and paste it. That's for removing the overlay effect. So for that, I am going to use container hover, and when I hover, the overlay should be affected. So for that, I'm going to use dot overlay, like here with a space, and then I'm gonna remove the backdrop filter and also the box shadow. Oh man. Okay, let's copy it and paste it here, and then 0%, and here also I will give 0. And let me just show you. There we go, it's working. And then just give it a transition property of 1 second. Oh, actually we don't need the box shadow because it's already there in the overlay. There we go, we have this. And if you want to remove the box shadow, just put the value here from 80 pixels to 0, and there we go. We have a nice overlay effect for cat here. And that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the video and learned something new on the way. Until the next video, goodbye.